Guys, I'm just going to let you guys know now, it is absolutely a frenzy, no pun intended, on training camp. It's an absolute frenzy. We got teams out here after getting, after having no contact for the past, few months. Contact is back in preseason football. They're making some contact, they're laying hits, and these hits are turning into all-out brawls. We've had two fights happen, Texans, Chiefs. And let's just keep it civil. I know it's football. Everything's running high. Emotions are running high. Preseason football is in effect here on the NFL, and we're back. We are back and getting ready for the 2024 season. But let's just calm down. We're teammates at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. But it brings out the best in you, I guess. So it's an absolute frenzy. And we're going to talk about what an absolute frenzy training camp is right here on this episode. Welcome to Pigskin Frenzy on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joel Norris. And whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Podbean, Spotify, or Apple, a big thank you for taking some time out of your Thursday to just sit back, watch, and listen to some NFL coverage presented by me. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like each episode, leave comments down below. Spotify, Podbean, and Apple, all you have to do is just share around with others and follow on there as well. X, Instagram, and Facebook, just type in Pigskin Frenzy. Follow, like the pages there. You're going to get episode updates. You're going to get news and highlights from across college and NFL football. You're going to get trivia questions on Instagram stories. Go and answer today's NFL trivia question, as well as all things up to date for Pigskin Frenzy. We also have our website. Don't forget www.pigskinfrenzy.weebly.com. There you'll find a home and about me page. Learn more about me as your podcast host. You will also be able to contact me down below of that page. Name, email, question, anything, just type it in and I will get to you on that. As well as our platforms page, all the platforms I just mentioned. Go and click on and see which one's your favorite. Listening style, video, you name it, click on each platform. As well as our affiliations page with our partnership with the Beard Club. Guys, if you want a great shave, if you want an excellent shave, and you want to look good, listen, my face smooth right now only because I've been using some Beard Club products, but you can use the Beard Club products when your face is smooth, or for what I'm about to tell you right now, if you have facial hair, beard grooming kits. Guys, folks, men, significant others of male counterparts, whoever's listening to this show right now, you're not going to want to miss it. Just sit down and just listen to what I have to say about the Beard Club. They're amazing, all right? Beard grooming kits. You have beard oil, beard and face wash, beard balm, boar bristle brushes, razors, combs, you name it for your beard grooming kit. The Beard Club also sells, and I quote on this, or actually I quote on this, but I have it, body wash and 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Unbelievable. As well as loofahs and more at the Beard Club. Just go to my website, www.pigskinfrenzy.weebly.com. You will find the greatest thing in the world with the Beard Club, and you will go and to the affiliations page. You will click on my affiliations page. You will click on the Beard Club logo that is on that affiliations page of my website, and you will go to the Beard Club website through that logo, as well as my link tree. My link tree. Go to my X bio, my Instagram bio, my Facebook bio, as well as the description of this YouTube video down below. Go to the link tree, click on the link tree. You will see the Beard Club link, and you will click on that link, and it will take you to the website. 25% off today with the code LOYALTY. They're having their customer appreciation sale going on. 25% off with the code LOYALTY at the Beard Club. Type that code in, get 25% off of your beard grooming kits and or other products. The Beard Club, it will make your facial hair and grooming needs be met. Thank you to being our proud partner at the Beard Club. We also have a little bit of an announcement, and I was going to do it at the end of the episode, but let's not just get it out of the way right now, shall we? Free giveaway. College football giveaway here. I know it's an NFL episode, but we're going to promote the giveaway as much as we can. College football giveaway, our second annual Kick the Year Off giveaway, and we're going to do it with a college football edition of the giveaway. College football and SEC giveaway, and SEC fans alike, you're not going to miss out, especially Mississippi State fans. You have August 19th. You have until, you have until August 18th. August 18th until 6 p.m. to enter. The giveaway includes a free large Mississippi State long sleeve black t-shirt, 2 Pigskin Frenzy stickers, and a shout out on the August 20th episode of Pigskin Frenzy. The rules are simple. If you want this free long sleeve t-shirt, it's a large long sleeve black Mississippi State t-shirt. If you want this shirt, cool shirt, by the way, free, brand new, never been worn t-shirt. If you want it for free, follow Pigskin Frenzy on Facebook and Instagram. If you haven't already, share the post on your Facebook and Instagram story with the hashtag PF Podcast Giveaway and tag us at Pigskin_Frenzy. Number 3, if you have the rest, do 2 and 3. Number 3 is tag 2 friends in the comments below that post. The additional entries, subscribe to Pigskin Frenzy on YouTube, follow Pigskin Frenzy on Podbean, and follow Pigskin Frenzy on X on at Pigskin_Frenzy. The entries stop on August 18th at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. That would be 7 Eastern or other times, whatever your time zone is. The winner will be announced via Instagram post, story, and Facebook post on August 19th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hashtag PF Podcast Giveaway, the free giveaway, SEC College Football Giveaway, now second annual kickoff the season giveaway. Go and enter right now. You're not going to want to miss the free t-shirt and the free stickers and the shout out on your podcast, on this podcast episode coming up on August 20th. It's going to be your favorite podcast, so just make a note of that. All the promoting's done out of the way. Let's talk some football. NFL day today. We're rocking and rolling. We're 6 minutes in. That was a lot of promoting. I apologize, but got to do what you got to do. Part of the work. So let's talk about the NFL and let's talk about the training camp that's going on. And it's a beautiful day outside. It's July 24th, 2024, in the year of our Lord, 2024. It's also my cousin Sandra's birthday. So happy birthday to her. I hope she's having a great day. And if you're listening, I hope you're having a great day today and having a good birthday celebration, whatever you're doing. Hope it's you have plenty of cake. So, and a lot of presents. So therefore, happy birthday on that. So it's a beautiful day, July 24th. You know what's happening next Thursday, though? Preseason football. Preseason football is happening next Thursday. The first game, official, unofficial game of the season, technically, the Hall of Fame game, the Houston Texans versus the Chicago Bears next Thursday on NBC, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central. It is going to be electric. Hall of Fame game, primetime Hall of Fame game, Thursday, August 1st, next Thursday. Preseason football is here, ladies and gentlemen. It is here, and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's talk about some preseason football, and let's talk about what's happening in training camp. We're going to have some training camp updates. We're going to have some contract holdout updates, because we got some contract updates, ladies and gentlemen, some good ones as well. Let's talk about the training camp updates first. Let's kick it off with the New York Giants. Interesting story coming out of New York Giants. We were wondering if Daniel Jones was going to be cleared to play and cleared for contact. He is fully healthy and ready to go. That's the news right there for the Giants. Daniel Jones is fully healthy and ready to go for training camp. He's ready to rock and roll. He's been throwing. He threw really well. He took some hits. He took a little bit of hits. He got back up. He shook it off. He's fine. He's ready to rock and roll. They're running drills. And there's one big question that a lot of people have asked me off of the podcast and off on social media. What's it going to look like without Saquon Barkley there? I would assume it would look similar. They did replace him with Devin Singletary, and Devin Singletary, it's not a bad back, but he's not a Saquon Barkley. So it's going to look a little bit different in the running game, but maybe they're going to put a lot of it on Daniel Jones to see what he can do under that pressure, under that leadership, and what he can do to elevate himself and march a comeback for the New York Giants. Malik Neighbors is having a good training camp as well. He's running drills as well. Him and Daniel Jones are, trying to develop a chemistry together right now, and everything's looking good there. Defense is looking fine, especially on the defensive line. You got Kayvon Thibodeau on the edge. You got Brian Burns on the edge as well. You have, you have Dexter Lawrence. You have a lot of guys on the L&D line that are going to make some noise for the Giants coming up this season. A lot of them are running drills. They look good. They're working out really well, and the Giants are have a tough road ahead, obviously, when it comes to scheduling, but the drills and the training camp, everything's been going really, really smoothly today. So that's just my recap of what's going on in training camp and what's happening there for the New York Giants. Let's move on and let's talk about the Green Bay Packers really, really quick. And let's talk about how they're doing there. Jordan Love, we're going to get to him in a little bit. He's in training camp. He's drilling. He's going. He's reported. He's ready to go. Josh Jacobs is looking good in the running game. That's the big question that everyone is going to ask. How is Josh Jacobs going to look, and how's the transition going to look with him now as the Packers running back? He's looking pretty fresh. He's looking pretty good. The offense is clicking, and it's kind of, gelling under Jordan Love. Defense is looking pretty good. Luke Van Ness, who could have a big year. Keep an eye on him. Defensive end out of Iowa. Look out for him. He could have a really good year for the Green Bay Packers. I'm looking for it, and he's been making a lot of noise in training camp as well. Defense is something that we would really going to have to not underestimate for the Green Bay Packers this year, especially of how well they did later in the season last season. So let's look out for them. Let's just keep an eye on what they're doing. They were really physical and been really physical in training camp. They've been looking really, really good, practicing like crazy, and trying to kind of correct the mistakes that they made at the later part of the season. So that's really all I got for the Green Bay Packers, and that's my really update on them out of their training camp. We're kind of moving through these training camp updates a little bit smoother. The 49ers, they had their training camp. This is my third update for them. The 49ers are looking really good as well. Everybody's reported, as far as I know, besides one. We're going to get to that, and it's kind of a one that I wasn't thinking about and didn't really see coming, but we're going to talk about it. But everybody's reported, including Brandon Ayuk. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but everyone's reported. Everyone's, besides one, and everyone's just going and going through the motions, going through the warm-ups, and looking okay. A lot of noise of off the field stuff coming into bleeding on the field with this, especially when it comes to contracts. It kind of puts a little bit of a damper for the 49ers. They're running drills well. They look physical, but it feels like there's a lot of things going into this season that are uncertain with the 49ers, especially when it comes to two-star players, and that's the big thing about training camp. We need those two guys back. It kind of makes a difference for this 49ers team, especially. So everything's going good with they're warming up good, physical's good, their defensive line looking good. Fred Warner, he could probably have another breakout season again, especially with the way he's been, warming up and playing really, really good in training camp. So let's see what happens with the Niners coming up this season. We're going to get to them, back on them in a little bit. But that's the update out of the 49ers training camp. We're going to get to them when we talk about the contract updates and holdouts as well. Let's talk about one more thing. And let's talk about the Bengals training camp before we move on to the contract updates and holdouts things going on right now. The Bengals right now are looking fresh. Joe Burrow has been cleared for contact, ladies and gentlemen. The pin's dropping. You can hear it. Everyone's saying, right now, because Joe Burrow is back. Cleared for contact. Wrist is fine. Jamar Chase has joined him as well. Everybody's looking fresh. He's looking like he's training hard. The O-line is the big thing we need to watch out for, especially in training camp. He's cleared for contact, but let's try to get him ready and his body prepared for the season. But let's also try to figure out a way to get it done in a minimal capacity so he doesn't get hurt in training camp. Last season, Joe Burrow had that calf injury bothering him in training camp. So let's hope that he doesn't re-aggravate his wrist or hurt anything when it comes to training camp. He's throwing the ball really, really well. He's been brushed up a couple of times, but not too much. The offensive line plays a big part in what they're going to do this season. Key note, a lot of people keep saying and telling me the Bengals are our only hope into stopping Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs from three-peating. Let's see. Joe Burrow's really the only quarterback that has a positive record against Patrick Mahomes in the league right now. So let's just see what happens, and let's see what goes down with the Cincinnati Bengals. That's just my update right now on the Cincinnati Bengals training camp, and that's my update on the Packers, Giants, and 49ers training camps and their updates on training camps. So we'll talk about training camp a little bit more. Right now, yes, but we'll talk about it in depth, have more updates on how everybody's training camps are going next week as we enter the first game of preseason football, and that's the Hall of Fame game next week. I'll make my first unofficial prediction on that game next week. So let's talk about contract updates and holdouts before we conclude today's episode of Pigskin Frenzy. We'll have about 15 more minutes of this, and let's talk about some big ones. Going back to the Bengals, let's talk about Jamar Chase. Contract update on him. He's reported to training camp. There's really nothing to worry about on that. He's playing this season. He's excited. Him and Joe Burrow got matching buzz cuts. If y'all want to go see that, go and look at that on social media. Not the same color. Joe Burrow is going back to his high school days with the bleach blonde. Anyway, that's out of topic. But yeah, Jamar's playing. He's back. He's ready to rock and roll. Jamar Chase is unlikely to get, according to Bengals President Mike Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals. President Brown said that of the Bengals that he is not expected to get a contract this season. They're going to wait till next offseason when it's time to get a new extension. Jamar Chase most likely will be okay with that. I think Jamar's going to stay. I'm not really worried about Jamar Chase. Until anything further comes up this season, I think Jamar Chase is going to stay. Like I said about T. Higgins prior, T. Higgins is the one, really, but Jamar Chase, they're going to get a new contract written up for him. It's probably going to be a good deal for him. He's going to probably love it. He'll probably stick around with Joe Burrow as well as a part of the Cincinnati Bengals next season. So that's a small update there. Unlikely to get one now, but next offseason we'll most likely get one and get an extension. So not too worried about Jamar Chase, but that's the latest update on the contract situation with Jamar Chase. Let's move on to another contract update, and this is out of the New York Jets. And it's Hassan Reddick. And I said I was going to get some updates on that, and I got you guys some updates right here. Hassan Reddick is holding out a training camp. He is not reported. He wants a contract that is worth $25 to $28 million per year annually, and the Jets are not budging. They want to see what he does on the field first. I honestly kind of agree. It's only because I think that it's a different team, different atmosphere, different structure. It's not the Eagles. I think it's a different team, and I think what he does with the Jets, and if he plays really, really good for the Jets, it can give him and earn him a bigger contract like that one. I think if they lower his contract a little bit and lower the standards, they may sign him to another one during in-season and make an in-season offer when the season's going on. So right now, no updates there. He's holding out a training camp, and he's looking for that range of a contract. My thoughts on that are, like I said it beforehand, I don't think a big-time contract right now should be a thing for Hassan Reddick at this point. I'm not saying eventually. I'm saying eventually, yes, if he proves himself with the Jets. But I agree with the Jets on this scenario. I think he's got to prove himself more. I think he's got to prove himself with this team and help this team out tremendously before we make any sort of decision-making on, $28 million a year. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money there. That's my process, and that's my thought process on everything there with Hassan Reddick and the Jets. That's my thoughts on it. That was the latest on Hassan Reddick. I'll see if we have any more on updates on that as it continues and develops. But Hassan Reddick is holding out a training camp because of of a new contract. So that's Hassan Reddick, and that's the New York Jets. Let's go with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb has not reported a training camp. He wants a new contract. The Cowboys have finally, and I made an episode about it, have finally prioritized CeeDee Lamb as the extension. They were like, oh, this guy's a little bit serious. Yeah, he's serious. He wants a contract, and he's earned a new contract after the seasons he's had last year. CeeDee Lamb needs a new deal, and it's a deal that needs to be sufficed for the Cowboys and a deal that sufficed to CeeDee Lamb himself. He hadn't gotten that yet. They're discussing it. He is holding out a training camp until he does. Really nothing further to say other than I was right. You need to prioritize this. It's a big priority, or they're not going to really get anywhere. Dak will probably be next. I think Micah Parsons needs to be in the mix here at some point. I wouldn't want to lose out on a Micah Parsons. He's the what makes that Cowboys defense tick. So watch out for that one in the near future. But right now, prioritize getting a new contract for CeeDee Lamb. He's a big playmaker on that offense. I'm sure Dak's going to want him back, and I'm sure the Cowboys really want him back, especially after the way he played last season. So CeeDee Lamb is holding out a training camp, not reporting until he gets and works on a new deal. That's the latest on CeeDee Lamb. Those are my thoughts on CeeDee Lamb, and we will have more on CeeDee Lamb until as you know, if the story develops and if we get more on it. So that's CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys. It's the update on that. Let's do a good note before we talk about the 49ers, and let's end it on a good note before we talk about the 49ers. The Vikings. Let's talk about the Vikings. The Vikings have signed Christian Darrisaw to a brand new deal. 4-year, $113 million deal, $70 million guaranteed. Big time contract for an O lineman. Congratulations to Christian Darrisaw on getting that deal. The Vikings wanted him back badly. That was a priority for them, and they got him back. He's going to be a key difference maker to protect, Sam Darnold and/or JJ McCarthy, whoever is the starting quarterback at this point in season. But to protect them, in pass protection and protect Aaron Jones in running the football. He's a really good run blocker. He helps out a lot on the interior of the O-line, and it's a good deal that he got that much. He's earned it, and he's done quite well with the Vikings. So Christian Darrisaw getting that deal done for the Vikings. He's at training camp. He's happy. He's ready to rock and roll with the Vikings. So that's my thoughts on it, and that's my thoughts on Christian Darrisaw getting that new deal with the Minnesota Vikings. Before we go to the 49ers, one more thing. Let's talk about Cleveland Browns really quick. Cleveland Browns update on wide receiver Amari Cooper. He got a deal. He got a slight raise. He's reported to training camp. He's ready to rock and roll. A restructured contract for 1 year. 1 year restructured deal with the Cleveland Browns. Got a slight raise, and he's going to rock and roll with the Browns this season until they discuss a new contract next season. So Amari Cooper, we know about Amari Cooper, route running, incredible. He's a good asset to what's going to be a solid room of receivers with Elijah Moore and Jerry Jeudy, now a part of the Cleveland Browns. He's got that veteran presence with him, and he's going to bring that veteran presence with him with the Cleveland Browns. So big thing there. Amari Cooper getting a deal done there. So that's just my thoughts on it. Not too big thoughts, just reporting on that. Cleveland Browns restructure Amari Cooper's contract. He's reported. He's ready to rock and roll this season with the Cleveland Browns. So that's that update. A lot of updates here. Let's end it and end our episode with the 49ers. And let's talk about what's going on with the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, hold on. We did an episode on it. I told you so last episode. That was episode 142. Go back and listen to it. That was last Thursday's episode. We continue on and end it and conclude this episode with the San Francisco 49ers. Let's talk about it. And now we add somebody else to the mix. And this one I didn't expect. This one kind of concerns me a little bit. We're going to talk about it, though. Let's talk about Brandon Ayuk first. Brandon Ayuk is reported at training camp. He's reported, despite wanting a trade and or a long-term extension. Here's the one that kind of it tickles me a little bit, but it's also one of those things that just kind of like, okay, we're in a boxing match, we're just fighting, we're punching each other. It's an uphill battle, which means, and this is what they said on ESPN, and it is an uphill battle. From what I'm seeing and hearing, it is an uphill battle. I'm going to report a training camp. Yes. I want a trade. You're not going to get a trade. Okay, I want a long-term extension with the team. You're not going to get a long-term deal. So we're at a crossroads. It's like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? I can't just give y'all everything that y'all want. Listen, the Niners, you need to listen. If you, as a player, you play for the team, you bring out your best for the team. Brandon Ayuk has brung out his best for this team time and time again. Has brought out his best time and time again, right? Okay. For the Niners, however, what the Niners need to do is give back a little bit, but they're not willing to give back at this time. It's kind of not fair. And it's a two-way street. Just like every relationship, professionally, personally, whatever. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. And the Niners need to realize this is a two-way street. Shanahan, Lynch need to realize, hey, man, this guy's for real about the trade. He's for real about leaving this football team if we don't get him a deal done. Like I said before, and I keep saying it, they said they're prepared to do life without Ayuk or Samuel or even both in 2025. And maybe happening with Brandon Ayuk if they don't give him a trade or a long-term deal. He's still reporting. He's still playing. He's still practicing with the team. But you need to respect what he's trying to do. He wants a better deal. He's brought his heart and his soul out for this team, and you need to play fair. You know, it can't be a one-sided thing. If Brandon Ayuk wants a long-term deal, let's work on a deal that not only fits Brandon Ayuk, but fits the team and the organization as well. You have to follow those guidelines. If you don't, then it's a one-sided thing. It's not fair. You might as well just trade Brandon Ayuk. That's my thoughts on it. That's my whole thoughts on it. He's reported, though, no more update on that other than it's an uphill battle at this time with Brandon Ayuk. We'll have more on Brandon Ayuk. We'll have more development on that once we figure out more on what's going on amongst them and the training camp. The other contract one is kind of alarming. It alarms me a little bit because I didn't see it coming. He's not reported to training camp, and he's holding out currently. That's 49ers offensive tackle Trent Williams. That one worries me a little bit. I'm going to tell you why. He is a big part of your offense. You're thinking, oh, yeah, you got George Kittle, you got Samuel, Ayuk, all that. Yeah, Trent Williams is what makes that O-line go, okay? He is the glue of that O-line. And once the glue starts to thick a little bit, yeah, he needs to be at training camp. You need to work out a better deal. It's contract related, according to Kyle Shanahan. It's confirmed by Kyle Shanahan, and it's contract related. You have to get a better deal with Trent Williams. You got to get that one done. He is one of the best interior O linemen, if not the best interior O lineman in the NFL. You got to get that deal done. You got to make a good contract for him in order for him to play for this team. I'm just being completely honest. Keeping it $150 with everybody. You have to get a good deal done with him. If you do not, there's a chance he's going to hold out longer, and that's what you do not want. He was hurt in some games last season, and the Niners collapsed in a lot of games. Lost to the Bengals, lost to the Vikings, and lost to some teams they weren't, shouldn't have lost to. But when Trent Williams came back against the Jags, they beat the Jags handily. Trent Williams is what makes that interior offensive lineman click. He's what makes the glue thicken. You need Trent Williams. You need him badly. Please work out a deal, because if you don't work out a deal soon, I don't like where it's going. That's just my honest thoughts. It's my opinion. It's not a fact. It's just my honest feeling and my gut feeling. Do I think they're going to work out a deal with him? Yes, I honestly do. I think they're going to work out a deal. If they are prioritizing it, Ayuk and Williams, those two need deals, and they need to stay with the 49ers. Those are my thing. Those are what I'm prioritizing. That's what I'm going with. And that is what I would do if I'm John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan in the San Francisco 49ers. Those are the two contract updates at this time and holdout updates for the San Francisco 49ers right now. We are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. A big thank you for taking some time out of your Thursday to just talk about training camp, talk about contract and update and holdouts for the NFL, and me presenting you NFL coverage presented by me. Now, after watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like each episode, leave comments down below. Spotify, Podbean, and Apple, all you have to do is just share around with others and follow on there as well. X, Instagram, and Facebook, just type in Pigskin Frenzy. Follow, like the pages there. You're going to get episode updates. You're going to get news and highlights from across college and NFL football. You're going to get trivia questions on Instagram stories. Go and answer today's NFL question as well as all things up to date for Pigskin Frenzy. Again, and the website, www.pigskinfrenzy.weebly.com. You will get all things up to date about Pigskin Frenzy. Don't forget the free giveaway, college football /SEC football, college football giveaway, or our second annual kickoff the season giveaway is on Facebook. There's a post about it on Facebook and YouTube. It's pinned on the Pigskin Frenzy Instagram page and Facebook pages. Go and look at it and enter that giveaway for a chance to win that free large black long sleeve Mississippi State Bulldogs t-shirt and 2 Pigskin Frenzy stickers and that shout out on Pigskin Frenzy August 20th episode. We are out of time again. Thank you for joining us here and listening to this podcast today. Guys, we will be back Tuesday for another round of Media Day recaps. We're going to talk about the ACC Media Day recaps, talk about all the teams, all 17 teams in this conference, and discuss, what's going on in the ACC and what everything was said in the ACC, in the room of the ACC in Charlotte for the ACC 2024 ACC Media Days. Guys, until Tuesday, for College Football Edition of Pigskin Frenzy, I'm Joel Norris signing off. We will see you then. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great rest of your Thursday. For everybody out there, please and always stay the course.